Alrighty, rise and shine, y'all. No matter how much fun we had over the weekend, we always feel like the weekend is way too short. Now, the reason that the weekends feel so short is because you can't really enjoy Sunday fully as part of your weekend, because from early Sunday evening, we already feel pressured or anxious that Monday is only a few hours away. So actually, your only full break is your Friday evenings and Saturdays. But if you're just complaining about how short your weekend is, too bad. Gotta face that Monday is right in front of you right now. So stop complaining, because complaining only makes things harder. So let's get quickly moving to our first song. Hopefully this will brighten up your day. Get your Monday started right. Mr. Robin Thicke with Blurred Lines. That was Robin Thicke with Blurred Lines. You guys are now tuned into What's Poppin' with Brian Ju on TBS efm 101.3 in Seoul and surrounding areas, GFN 98.7 in Gwangju, and 93.7 in Yeosu. Now, how to get in contact with us? Pretty simple. Send us a text to sharper pound 1013 for a charge of 51. The cheapest and the easiest way probably right now. Hit us up on Kakao Talk, but you have to add TBS efm as a plus friend. Also, Twitter. If you want to tweet us, it's at TBS was poppin'. Also, we're live today, so we want you guys to give us a call at 02-778-1013. And hit us up on our email if you have any questions at all or just want to leave us a cool message. That's efmpoppin@gmail.com. And also, if you guys want to check out our playlist, come to our website at tbsefm.soul.kr/efm/what's poppin'. Alrighty, but for now, we have a word from our sponsors, which are Asiana Airlines and Korean Air. Once again, it's that time for today's pick. And the word for today's pick is deja vu. Now, have you guys ever had deja vu? This tiresome, the sleepiness that you're feeling right now, and all the people looking just as tired as you do on the streets. Well, that's called Monday morning. Tricked y'all, but seriously, have you ever had deja vu? Even though we all know that deja vu is almost close to impossible, but sometimes, you know what I'm saying, once in a while you run into new places or a situation that brings back a familiar feeling like you were there before, this happened before. Now, some say that having deja vu too often is caused by too much stress, or if you had it once or twice in your life, you simply experienced something similar previously, but you just can't remember it off the top of your head. Now, we don't want to get all scientific on y'all on Monday morning, but we like to believe that there are a few things that science still cannot explain. And that's a great thing, because that means there's still more room for research and a lot to learn and stimulate our creativity and our curiosity. Now, in the movie Matrix, deja vu also appears in the scene where Keanu Reeves, he actually sees his cat pass by him twice. This deja vu explains how there's someone controlling the Matrix, and it's a glimpse in their flaws when they change the system. So who knows? Let us know up on Twitter if you guys had any crazy deja vu moments. You know, those moments where you're like, oh my gosh, I've experienced this before, or I remember you, this moment happened. You guys have all been there. So of course, you can misjudge a certain situation as deja vu, because some places look exactly the same, and you guys are all welcome to chat about it right now on Twitter. You know, text us or even call us. Let us, have a one-on-one conversation, you and me, and talk about your deja vu moment. So what for now, we're going to listen to Devine Brown and her deja vu moment. This is Deja Vu. That was Deja Vu by Devine Brown. Now, she's a singer-songwriter, of course, from Toronto, Canada, and started her career by singing at nightclubs. But before she even had an album, she was invited to perform at different international music festivals. Also, she has an amazing 5-octave vocal range, which is pretty amazing because most people don't have it that great. Of course, even Frankie Valli, I brought that up because I saw Jersey Boys again. He only had a 3.5 octave vocal range, but Miss Devine Brown, 5 octave, amazing. Anyways, we're talking about deja vu today, and we asked all our listeners of their little deja vu moments. Let's see on Twitter right now if we came in with any cool little stories. Let's see. Just surprised. Monday is never... Okay, wait. I'll just read Twitter comments anyway. Serena Chan wrote, Monday is never my favorite day, but great to have you kick off my week. Brian G Music, TBS was popping. I want to request, play that funky music. Well, thank you very much. Y'all know that today's Monday, which means we're going to play some funky music for you guys. Obviously, you're an avid listener. You tune in every Monday, so thank you for, that little request right there. Let's see. BFFJ Walker JG Attic Road. I dreamt of a fire in a major building in my city when I was a kid, and it really happened a week later. Ooh, that's kind of eerie. That's not deja vu. That's called you got some special powers. You might be a little X-Men or like a mutant or something, BFFJ Walker JJ Attic. That's pretty cool, but if you ever see me in your dreams, something bad happened, do not tell me. Please don't tweet it because that'll freak me out. Also, Mayan wrote, Zumba Tony, when he removed his shades like he's Antonio P, I'm like, it took me a few, yes. You wrote too many words and cut out too many words in too short of a sentence that don't make sense. Remember, Twitter can't fit all those things in. We're trying to read all the comments. Anyways, also, Ebony wrote, Hi Brian, how's your foot? I pray it gets better. Can you please play Get Ready by The Temptations? Thanks, and have a good day. Yes, it's slowly healing right now. I'm not 100% still in the foot, so I'm hoping that it gets, it recovers soon so I can start walking normally and working out just like everybody else. Anyways, we were talking about deja vu today, but did you guys know deja vu is not the only vu out there? I know you guys are probably thinking there's last names with people, Vu, Venice, Wu. That's a Wu, not a Vu, by the way. Anyways, there's also a word, presque vu. Now, did you know what that means? Y'all know what that means? That means tip of the tongue. Now, when you're familiar with something, you really know it, but you just can't say it. You can't say the name. It's kind of there, but it's not really there. You can't remember it. You know that situation where you see a movie or you're trying to explain a movie to somebody and you're like, I know this actor. What's his name? The dude from that movie. It's on the tip of your tongue. And when you look around the room, everybody's having the same experience as you, because everyone knows who you're talking about. Y'all know the movie title. Y'all know all the other actors in the movie. You even know the actor's wife or kids, but you just can't remember the actor's name. Well, that's a presque vu moment. Yes, and I know a lot of you guys had that. Happens to me all the time, and it's so annoying because you're like, I know this person. You can describe their looks, their color, their hair, their eye color, but it just doesn't come off your tongue because, that's called presque vu. It happens to all of us. Anyways, I'm not talking about vus for now. We're going to get to the next song, and the next song is by a wonderful lady named Kelly Rowland. Now, do y'all know who that is? If you guessed Destiny Child's Kelly, ding dong dang, you got it. We're going to listen to a song from her second album, from the Miss Kelly album, and the song is called Daylight. That was my girl Kelly Rowland with Daylight, of course, featuring, I just forgot his name. See, that's what happens. Actually, I'm just giving you a sample. Yes, that's exactly what happens to everybody. You forget his name, but y'all know what I'm talking about. We're talking about Mr. Gym Class Heroes. Yes, Travis McCoy was up in that song. But also, did you know, after feature on Nelly's single Dilemma, Nelly and Kelly received a Grammy Award for Best Rap and Song Collaboration? Yes. Now, did y'all know all three members of Destiny's Child released their solo albums in 2002? Now, y'all know Michelle Williams was the first member from Destiny's Child to release her solo album. Then soon after, Kelly debuted with her solo album called Simply Deep. And of course, Miss Queen Bey, Beyonce, released her solo album. And all at the same year. And it's rare to see that, to see all members of a group come out with their solo albums and do so well as a solo artist as well. It's simply amazing to see all the members do that on their own, not just as a group. Now we're going to move on to the next artist. And the next artist we're going to want to talk about right now is Jill Scott. Now, Jill Scott is a Grammy Award-winning American singer-songwriter. Now, she used her to be a spoken word artist, and she brought in her performing experience by joining a Canadian production Broadway musical. And I'm going to say this musical's name, and because I was in it, it was called Rent. Yes. And I just love talking about this musical. It's one of my favorite musicals. And she was a part of this too. I played Mark Cohen. If y'all didn't know, I had to memorize everything in Korean, of course. But right now, we're going to listen to Jill Scott's song featuring Anthony Hamilton with So In Love. Welcome back, y'all, to the second half of What's Poppin'. Soon, we'll be back shortly with the corner segment called Jump Up and Get Down. We're going to be playing some upbeat music, mostly funky music, of course, because everybody needs some funkiness on their Monday mornings. But for now, we have a word from our sponsors, which are GlaxoSmithKline, Hettek Hangwon Pyeongchangsu, SK2, Simmons Korea, and Hyundai Motor Company. Welcome back, y'all. Y'all know what time it is. It's time for Jump Up and Get Down. Yes, I want y'all to get jumping up in the sky and then get down because we're going to play some funky music for you guys because Monday mornings are funky mornings, of course. You know, everybody needs a bit of funkiness on Monday, right? Y'all know I'm right. Anyways, the first artist we're going to get up into right now is Mr. James Brown, who's known also as the godfather of soul. Now, he's best known for his songs, I Feel Good, and Sex Machine, of course. But the song we're going to play for you guys is a little bit different. Now, this song was one of the classic soundtracks for breakdancing. And, of course, a lot of Korean b-boy groups, they chose this as one of their favorite dance tracks as well, and they get down to it. So if you guys feel like getting down at your workplaces or at school, want to b-boy a little bit, even if you don't have b-boy skills, you know you want to get down to this song, you guys are more than welcome to. It's a great song. And if you don't get down to it, you got some problems. Anyways, check it out. This is James Brown, Get on the Good Foot. Yeah. That was Mr. James Brown with Get on the Good Foot. Now, listening to James Brown makes me think about the good old days when we used to listen to music on LP records and even cassette tapes. Now, I know y'all young people out there tuning in right now thinking to yourself, what are those? All right, I'm going to educate y'all. The LP records were introduced in the 50s to the public and became popular in the 60s, but then the popularity fell quickly in the 70s because the rise of cassette tapes. And then later on, of course, it was bye for cassette tapes because we had something called the compact disc, aka CDs, which are still around, of course. It's amazing how technology changes everything so quickly. You know, y'all MP3 players out there, y'all had them in the beginning, of course, but they got too big, too huge of a sensation. But we don't carry them around anymore because now we got them back in our pockets on our cell phones, on our smartphones. So don't actually need no MP3 players anymore. And carry it on your smartphones. But guess what's coming back, y'all? Yes, LPs are coming back. And that's cool because, you know, fashion trends always make a comeback. Now, the younger generation is starting their hobbies of collecting vinyl LP records, of course. And in the 2012, the sales reached 2.8 million just in the UK. So no matter how advanced technology is, we always go back to the warm analog sounds for comfort, y'all. You know, where the true music began. If you have never heard true LP sounds, I definitely recommend it. Even right now, you guys are probably thinking like, LPs are too big. I can't collect that. I have no place to store them. I'm pretty sure you guys will find a good place to put your LP discs or, your LP vinyls. I got a few at the house as well. I'm not going to say who because I don't want people trying to rob me because LPs, if you're a collector for LPs, they do go up in price. Yes. So I'm assuming this next person who just requested a song collects LPs as well because her request is an amazing request. It's from KC and the Sunshine Band, and this song is called Boogie Shoes. I'm talking about our requestee or requester, Rhea Butler. I had to make it rhyme. Thank you so much, Rhea, for requesting such a great song. Check it out. This is KC and the Sunshine Band with Boogie Shoes. All right, we're getting ready for the next song, which is called Get Ready by the Temptations, requested by Ebony. That was the Temptations, but Get Ready, once again requested by Ebony. Thank you guys for requesting such great songs today. Y'all getting your groove on, getting funky on your Monday mornings. But of course, we got to keep playing the songs, keep them coming, of course. But before we do that, just want to remind you guys, we do have our open studio coming up this Wednesday. So if you guys want to be a part of that, please come on Wednesday morning, of course, by 10:45 a.m. so we can get the show started at 11 a.m. this Wednesday. And also, if you guys don't have any stories or haven't sent in funny stories or episodes, it's not too late. For instance, you guys could talk about some of today's picks from previous broadcasts that we had. We could talk about today's. You could talk about the Deja Vu story that's too long to mention on Twitter or by message, and email us one of your stories. And if it's funny, we think it's peculiar, out of the norm, we will talk about it, go over it. All right, guys? Alrighty, but for now, we're going to get to the next request, and it's by Serena Chong, and the song is by Wild Cherry. Play that funky music. Next, we got up Earth, Wind, and Fire with Let's Groove, requested by I Love Brian. Actually, you guys requested another song from Earth, Wind, and Fire, but we don't have that in the systems, so we got another one set up for you right now. Let's Groove. That was Let's Groove by Earth, Wind, and Fire. Once again, today's Monday, so we're playing all that good, funky music for you guys to kind of wake you guys up, because, your daily dose of caffeine is pretty good. But if you have too much caffeine, it ain't natural. It's not healthy for you guys. So we're here to wake you up through our music. And right now, we have a caller online. So right now, it's going to wake me up, of course. TBS efm's What's Poppin'? Who am I speaking to?
This is Amy.
Amy, and where are you calling from, Amy?
I'm calling from Mexico with my friend Valerie.
Mexico, alrighty. Oh, okay. Oh, you guys are together right now?
Yes, we are.
Oh, okay. Valerie. Okay. Both your names sound so familiar. Like, not familiar, like,
I was
of course.
just going to say, I'm actually having deja vu right at the moment because the last time I was able to talk to you in an open studio or in a live studio was back in November, and I was recovering from back surgery. I was in the hospital, and Valerie and I talked to you then, and now I've had another back surgery, and now I'm talking to you again. So I don't know if it's like your bad luck, and now it always makes me have back surgery or what, but nonetheless, I'm glad to talk to you.
Bad luck. I'm like, I don't want to be like
you're actually like back surgery is good luck. I get to talk to you. I don't know.
Okay, well, I mean, I don't want that to be the reason every single time. You call me from the hospital, and all of a sudden next time your friend Valerie calls me and she's like, oh, Amy's back in the hospital, I'm going to feel really bad. Okay, well, I mean...
Well, you always manage to cheer me up, though, so that's good, you know.
Well, thank you very much that I can do that for you. Actually, I was going to ask you about another deja vu moment, and you just brought up a great one. I mean, seriously, that's weird, creepy deja vu. But are there any other deja vu moments where you actually, you know, you go to the mall? That's happened to me all the time. I'm shopping with my friends, and I'd be like, guys, they'd be like, what? It goes, I remember this very moment. It was you, and the three of us, or the four of us were sitting here having the same exact conversation. So those kind of moments kind of creep you out because it's nothing that you can experience in the past because it's the same exact people you remember. The weird conversation that's off the top of your head, you're like, oh my gosh, this is what we talked about. Now, is there anything like that you've experienced?
All the time. I've experienced a lot of deja vu. I can't think of like specific circumstances right now, but all the time. Like one day I hope that I will have deja vu of me and you having coffee, and I think that would be a great thing if it would actually come true, you know.
That's way better than back surgery. Well, thank you. Are you in the hospital right now or are you home?
I'm home now. I've got like a 3-month recovery ahead of me, so it's a little bit
thank God
difficult.
You're out of the hospital.
I'm glad to be back home, and my friend Valerie helping me and taking care of me, so she's a sweet girl.
Well, Valerie, if you're listening to me right now, you are an amazing friend to be there and be very, you know, supportive of your friend and just taking care of her, because that's what friends are for, honestly. I don't want to sound cliche or cheesy, but that's what friends are for.
Yeah, I agree, and she's a great friend. It's my best friend and my little sister, basically, so.
Awesome. Well, thank you once again for calling in today. We got to end things right now because we are all out of time, but I hope you recover soon, all righty?
Thank you very much. So.
All right. Thanks for calling.
All right, thanks, Brian. Bye.
Bye. All right, y'all, that was Amy from Mexico with her friend Valerie, but right now things are timed to, you know, wrap things up, of course, and we got the last song for our show. It's called What They Do by The Roots, and I'll be back tomorrow at 9:05 a.m. This is Brian Ju signing off. Peace.